Well, hi there. Welcome to BSF Recovery Team. We're up here at the shop again. We're going to try and mount this brake lock on Blondie here. Be honest with you, I don't know how it's all going to fit, but we're going to try and make it work. So we have our brake lock and we have our brake lines that are going to go between the master cylinder and the brake lock. Now we want to try and mount it in like this. So we got to bend the brake lines around in a kind of an S shape. And I'm hoping that we can mount it in here. I don't know how this is going to work. We might end up sacrificing some brake lines, but we'll give it a try. These are kind of special brake lines. They have a large fitting on one end to fit in our Hydro Boost and a small fitting on the other end to fit into our brake lock. So, moment of truth, we got to bend them around and see if we can make it work. We're going to see if we can make this work. Okay, really would like this back here. I ain't gonna reach there, so it's gonna be way out here. Things never go as planned. Wow, I can't bend it that far, that short. Let's see how that works. Okay, so if I put a little bend in it that way, that'll help. You gotta bend this tubing with a bender. You can't just bend it by hand because that'll kink it. We don't want that. All right, now we gotta bend the other one like this. Ooh. Hope that wasn't too much. These are the tedious things that you don't always get to see. The trial and error on fitting things together. Trying to figure out how bend them properly. Well, that looks pretty good for that one. This is harder than I thought. So easy to do in your head. Getting close. That might have it. Now for the big question, is our inner wheel well going to interfere with that? See, I've never seen this truck with the inner wheel wells in it, and in this part of the country, unlike the Southwest, we want to have inner wheel wells in it because mud gets everywhere. Well, there's supposedly our wheel wells. I don't know which one's the left and which one's the right. get this out of the way. Maybe it goes down from the top. Huh. Kind of looks like that's going to be in the way. Well, that's in place. Boy, those wheel wells take up a lot of room. And we have no room for this as planned. Yeah. Could mount it over here. Well, we're gonna have to think about this for a little bit. We want to mount it near the master cylinder, so the cable that controls it is as straight and short as possible. Then we have to go to the proportioning valve. So the proportioning valve is probably going to have to go down on the frame. It's an adjustable proportioning valve, so that may or may not be a problem. Well, by switching these fittings with these fittings, I was able to roll the brake lock over, and now I can tweak the line a little bit. And that should give us plenty of room. And it's still not too close to the exhaust manifold. There we go. I think that'll work. Now we gotta make a mounting bracket. It mounts right here. Then we have to make our lines and install our proportioning valve. Now we'll tack that onto the plate, and that'll be a good mounting for our brake lock. Well, not exactly like I envisioned it in my head, but it's close and it'll work. Okay, we gotta weld that bracket in there. Well, it doesn't look good, but it'll hold. Gotta cover that bare metal. Okay. Let's see if we can get this thing in here. Look at that. It fits. Come on. plenty of room for the cable, and it shouldn't get hot. All right, now for the rest. So we got to come back from this fitting about 11 inches, maybe 10 inches. Then we got to put our coils in. Bend a tight 90 in here. Okay, about 10 inches. I did this once in, actually in a test for GM certification, and it worked. I haven't done it since, but we'll try it again. Haven't got enough floor space. We need about 3 coils to keep it from cracking when the body flexes and the frame doesn't. Bending it around the tube like this is keeping it from kinking. Now, end it about there. It looks pretty good. So there's another use for your hoist adapters. Well, that looks pretty good. A little too tight on the steering shaft. I think we'll go below it. Should we make this our rear one? We could do that. Okay, we made that one work. Got it coming off of there, down below, coiling around, and down. And there's the other one. Not exactly like I planned, but it ought to work. Now, I think to put this down there, I think we have to get it on the hoist and maybe even take the tire off. Almost got away from me. Well, let's see how we're gonna mount that. I think we're gonna mount it like that. Might even be able to use that bracket if we cut it off. I think the first thing to do though is to get rid of that bracket. We don't need it. Got it. We'll see if this works. If it doesn't, we'll have to build one. Oh, I think that'll work. All right, I think that'll work. Gotta clean our frame. Time to make it permanent. mark the lines, trim them off about there. Wish I had that new hydraulic flaring tool. That would make this a whole lot easier. But they've been doing it like this for years. Just got to get it straight. There we go. One double flare. Hopefully it's good enough. Now for the next one. Oh, got to put the nut on. There we go. A little spray paint. All right. Get this started. That one started. Okay. Might as well tighten up these lines while we're here. Don't want to forget them. Hopefully those flares are good. Looks good. And there we have it. The brake lock and the adjustable proportioning valve is expertly installed. I won't say professionally because I'm not getting paid for it. Whoops. Well, we're slowly coming along with Blondie. Thanks for watching. BSF Recovery Team. Keep wheeling, be safe out there, and maybe we'll see you in the woods.